Saku KONE is ripe for his Manchester United debut, according to reports we seem to pick from Manchester United. As we do build up to that game against Fenerbahce, there is more for you to look out for. Here I am to give it to you. My name is Webb. Like, share, and subscribe. It's almost time for Eric Ten Hag to talk to us. Of course, tell us about the process. At this point, by the way, I feel like I can predict the questions these journalists are going to ask Eric Ten Hag, and the answers he will give probably also comes ready and prepared for the same questions. Are you the sack, the sack? Are you under pressure that if you don't win this game, then you could be your job might be in trouble? Those are the same questions they ask. Injury update. What's the status of Luke Shaw and these guys? By the way, these guys really. I think they need refresher courses, these British journalists, when it comes to interviewing. Anyhow, let me get proper into the real talk. So, Saku Kone joined the senior team in training ahead of our game against Fenerbahce, and it is expected, because of the so many injuries we've got in the team, it is expected that some young players could be making the team, the cut at least to be on the team, probably even make a cameo, depending on how the game pans out against Fenerbahce. So, among the players we are expecting is Saku Kone, who was so impressive. He impressed everyone at the training facility when he first attended training and joined the rest of the teammates. And they were all moved by how good this boy was, and they probably understood exactly why Man United were willing to buy a player directly from an African team in Mali and have them join them and bring him close to the senior team. So already we've seen videos of him playing with the Brunos and all the senior team. He's been training with them, and you can see on his face the body language, the confidence. This boy is not moved by the size, the occasion. He fits in them instantly, and the fact that Kobe Maino is not around, and we know that Eric Ten Hag always wants to get that opportunity to introduce a young kid into the team. I think this is the perfect opportunity for him to come in there and at least get his name on this on the team, get his name on the team sheet, and also perhaps get a few minutes for himself. So I think very soon, guys, we are going to be getting to see Sekou Kone joining Manchester United's first team in a game, and yeah, that debut I think is long overdue. I will tell you. I know. I mean, I love Kobe, and we all know. My love for Kobe has never reduced. But the thing is, this boy has all the potential to be a proper competitor for Kobe. He has all the potential from what we've seen. So we're just waiting to see how he will certainly fit in. It's never easy, of course. Of course, there is no pressure on him. I'm not trying to praise him, of course, even before he plays a game, because people will come out and say, well, you overhype kids and stuff. Guys, I'm talking about his potential. He has got good potential, but Ethan Whitley as well, who was training with the senior team. Ugunege was as well training with the senior team. Probably even Harry Amas could also be there. So a few of the kids could make the team, and we are waiting to see what Eric Ten Hag will, of course, do. But expect something. So Sekou Kone is one of those who want to, I think, give that opportunity. And honestly, you look at our midfield, and we've got Casemiro, you've got Eriksen, you've got Ugarte. I mean, who else is there? And you cannot rely on only those. So certainly, of course, even Toby Collier is there. I think certainly a kid, one or two kids, will certainly see this as a big opportunity for them to be in there, to be in the mix somewhere. And you see, for such a big competition, even if you're not in the starting team, so long as you make the team sheet, it's respectable enough. So I think I think we can probably be excited for something when it comes to that. We can be excited about that. So yeah, that's pretty much I think some good news for us to look forward to. I saw images from the training ground, and I honestly felt like guys, they say images speak more than 1,000 words. For me, when I watch videos and still images of these players, I read into their body language and I get an idea of where they are mentally, physically, and especially ahead of the game. This was Mathis Delete, of course, and I was hoping to see him with a bandage on his head, but no, he's probably okay now. They fixed him. I don't know whether there are staples in his skull or whatever, but He's an important player. Clearly, we need him fit for this game. So there shouldn't be any debates about him and whether he should be starting if he's fit. So the only questions would be on Johnny Evans and Victor Lindelof. Victor Lindelof looked to be the fresher guy in training, if I would call it that. Evans was a bit rare, but you see, Evans' minutes are regulated. If he plays so many minutes for one game, I think the next game is they want to rest him. So it's again going to be quite interesting to see how Eric Ten Hag deals with him. But Johnny Evans, I feel, if he can, I think he should be the one starting with Mathis Delete. Good enough, it won't be for so long because, well, our boy is soon returning. That is in Lenny Yoro. So I hope it's good. So the live training session is being streamed on the Manchester United website, and if you look at those videos, I think you can get an idea of where these players are. So it's beautiful. It's beautiful to watch. So beautiful stuff there. Of course, you have to be a subscriber like me to be able to watch it. You need to be a registered member and subscriber. So it's interesting. Now there's also the UEFA Youth League and our squad, because guys, one of the most exciting bits about Man United now is the youth. These kids, and I'm talking about that one himself, Sekou Kone, who is, of course, like I said, knocking onto the door of the senior team. But if you think about the youth team of Man United, it's so important now because we seem to be planning to rely a lot on these youth in the next few years. So certainly, us getting to know a few of them now wouldn't hurt, because we are trying to sort of do the same thing that Sir Alex Ferguson did with this class of 92. So we are perhaps coming up with a class of Eric's class, or a class of Ten Hag or something that perhaps, and you never know if the guy eventually turns out to be so successful. We could refer to him. So Lawrence's team is out. Our youth squad has got the likes of Cameron, Brian Hughes, William Murdoch. We've got Daniel Amma, Tyler Fredrickson, Lewis Jackson, Jaydan Camerson, Godwill Kukonki, and Rhys Munro. Those are the defenders. Then you've got in the midfield Zach Boerman, Jacob Devaney, JC Fitzgerald, Jack Fletcher, Tyler Fletcher, and Finley McAllister. In the forwards, we've got Gabriel Biancheri, Shea Lacy, Ashton Missing, Victor Musa, James Scanlon, and Ethan Williams. These are the youth. This is the squad of our UEFA youth team. Those are the names that have been. Those are the under 19s. Of course, they are preparing for our opening game, and it's certainly going to be interesting. They traveled to Lithuania on Tuesday, and of course had their training there. And of course, it's going to be a two-legged encounter against FK Zalgiris. That's the youth. Those are the youth champions from Lithuania. So some of these kids will be big names in the team in the near future. So certainly you need to follow up on them. But yeah, that's the team in there. And of course, as you can see, there are no names like Toby Collier. Of course, Toby Collier I think is above 19, but there is no names like Sekou Kone or Harry Amas. So certainly these are players we are considering for our senior team. They are on the door of the senior team. That's why they are being handled different. So beautiful stuff going on at Manchester United. I think we are seeing some significant steps being made in terms of the pressure now going into the Fenerbahce game. Again, we can only wait for Eric Ten Hag's press conference, which will be later today, and I'll be here to respond to it. But the truth is, we are, I think, in a good place. I must say, I think we're in a good place. If you look at the training, the body language, there is positivity around the team, and I'm sort of compelled to give a prediction for this game. I don't even know why. I told you sometime before that I gave up on giving predictions for Man United games, but let me hold my excitement with the second half performance of the last game and just not give you a prediction. I will do that if we perform well, and performing well against Fenerbahce for me is not exactly winning the game, because guys, we are playing a Jose Mourinho team. Can't be easy. But we will see the display. For me, the stats always do not really move me that much. It's not just about the stats, especially now for Man United. At times, it's about what you see. My eyes can never lie to me. I think when it comes to football, I trust my eyes more than the stats. So I think we can wait and see what kind of Man United will play tomorrow, and the game they will put on. But also reading into the comments from the boss and the images we've seen. Of course, so many injuries, but the injury talk is something I think we buried. I think they are there, but they're part of the game. We also know that we've got a fairly incompetent group of medics. Those issues will be sorted by Ineos. But for now, the focus is for us to be able to apply ourselves well, give a